Welcome to another episode of Good News with Jay. I'm Jay, the Good News Monster, here to spread this week's good news in the world. Now, before we dive in, if you want to make sure you don't miss any good news each week, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. The algorithm likes it. First off, a couple from Mississippi decided their wedding could wait, but a pup in peril just couldn't. Spotting a stray dog with mangled back legs by the roadside, they swapped vows for vet bills, shelling out their $8,000 wedding fund to give Sandy the dog life-saving surgery it needed. Now, Sandy is in a loving home with both legs saved from amputation, and these two lovebirds are proving that sometimes I do means rescuing a furry plus one. And then, SpaceX's 6th Starship test flight on November 19th was part science, part spectacle, and part explosive drama. Ship 31 and Booster 13 rocketed off the launch pad like a champ, with the Raptor engines giving it their all. While the liftoff and ascent were smooth, challenges emerged during the return. The booster, intended for a controlled landing and catch on the tower, instead executed a soft water landing in the Gulf of Mexico due to technical issues. Let's just say the splashdown ended with a bang, literally, as the gas tank called it quits mid-ocean. Meanwhile, the upper stage of the Starship aced its space journey, performed a flashy engine relight, and gracefully landed in the Indian Ocean. SpaceX called it a win, learning loads from the test as they prepare to roll out their next-gen Block 2 designs. Moral of the story? Even when things go boom, progress marches on. I don't know about you, but no matter what, space is always exciting. And then, John Mayer and director Mick G are dropping a cool $60 million to grab the legendary Jim Henson studio lot in Hollywood. But the history goes much further than that. It dates back to the early days of film production when it began as the home base for silent film icon Charlie Chaplin's studio in 1917. In 1966, it was acquired by A&M Records, which subsequently sold it to the Jim Henson Company, where famous records are still produced today. Luckily, for everyone concerned for the fate of the studio, in February 1969, the studio was designated as a Los Angeles Historic Cultural Monument. Mayer and Mick G aimed to preserve the site's legacy as a creative hub for film and music, highlighting a commitment to protecting Hollywood's cultural landmarks. I, for one, am hopeful and excited for the possibility of Mayer and Mick G owning this bright spot of Los Angeles. And then, scientists have unearthed the ultimate Ice Age time capsule, a 35,000-year-old Sabretooth kitten mummy, still rocking its baby fur, whiskers, and even tiny claws. Found in Siberia's permafrost, this frosty feline from the species Homotherium latidens died tragically young, just 3 weeks old, barely enough time to meow. Think of it as the prehistoric version of baby's first fossil. Despite missing its signature saber teeth, this cub had all the hallmarks of an Ice Age ninja. Broad, snow-friendly paws, a chunky neck built for wrestling those mammoth snacks, and fur thicker than a Game of Thrones plot. Its long muzzle and small ears screamed adorable predator. The discovery not only sheds light on Homotherium's rugged Arctic lifestyle, but has scientists itching to crack its DNA, potentially solving mysteries about Ice Age ecosystems. And then, imagine this, a giant female Chinook salmon takes center stage in the Riverbed Olympics, flipping onto her side and furiously wigging her tail to sculpt the perfect underwater nest. Her shimmering scales catch the sunlight as if she's posing for a nature documentary. Meanwhile, a group of competitive male salmon elbows their way into the scene like unruly shoppers on Black Friday, all vying for the chance to fertilize her eggs. This long-awaited salmon drama of the Pacific Northwest is precisely what local tribes envisioned when they fought for decades to remove 4 hydroelectric dams that had turned over 400 miles of the Klamath River into a no-swim zone. Now, thanks to the largest dam removal project in U.S. history, the salmon are making a triumphant comeback. Just weeks after the dams came down, hundreds of them are already staking their claim in creeks that had been off limits for generations. Videos show the fish celebrating their newfound freedom, a hopeful sign for the rejuvenated river and its ecosystem. And then, Betty White is set to grace mailboxes everywhere in 2025 with her very own USPS Forever stamp, proving once again that she's an icon who just won't quit, even from beyond. Known for 7 decades of bringing sass, laughs, and heart to TV roles like Rose on The Golden Girls, Betty's charm is now officially first class. The stamp design, based on a photo of her dazzling smile, captures everything we loved about her: humor, warmth, and just a hint of "don't mess with me." It's the USPS's way of saying thank you for being a friend and for making our mail more delightful. Whether you're mailing a love letter or paying bills, Betty's here to make it a little more fabulous. And then, at 100 years old, Jimmy Carter is now officially the oldest Grammy nominee, proving that age is just a number, unless you're counting how many Grammys you've snagged. His 10th nomination comes courtesy of Last Sundays in Plains, a centennial celebration. A spoken word album featuring his final Sunday school lessons from Plains, Georgia, paired with music from artists like John Batiste and LeAnn Rimes. The former president, who's won 3 Grammys in the past, is now breaking records in both politics and the music world. While Carter may be spending his days in hospice care, he's still going strong, leaving us all in awe of his energy and, apparently, his ability to drop knowledge and win awards. A legend in every sense of the word. And then, when a medical emergency forced a United Airlines flight to make an unscheduled pit stop in Albuquerque, pilot Scott Wardle became the hero passengers never knew they needed. With no food options in sight, he ordered 30 pizzas, turning a stressful situation into a slice of joy for everyone. Wardle earned the title Pizza Pilot as he personally distributed the pies, showing that even in an emergency, there's always room for a little kindness. And a lot of cheese. And then, a new AI tool, Fast Glioma, can detect cancerous brain tumor remnants during surgery in just 10 seconds flat. Much faster than traditional methods. It's like having a super-powered microscope that spots tumor leftovers during surgery, boasting up to 92% accuracy in locating residual tumor tissue, which is crucial for improving patient outcomes. Fast Glioma works by analyzing microscopic images and could be applied to various cancers beyond gliomas. This AI wizardry is not only speeding up surgeries, but also ensuring doctors don't miss any sneaky tumor bits, improving outcomes for brain cancer patients. Talk about a brainy solution. And then, 8-year-old heart transplant patient Emerson Bass, who had been craving pickles during her hospital stay, got a delicious surprise when hospital chef Sarah Bryce taught her how to make them. They pickled everything from cucumbers to carrots and even watermelon, turning the process into a fun activity. Emerson's pickle making adventure ended with a pickle party. Try saying that 3 times fast. Pickle party, pickle party, pickle party. And the hospital staff joined in for a briny celebration. This sweet and salty moment brightened Emerson's day and showed the hospital's commitment to making kids feel at home. And then, a 9-year-old heart transplant recipient, Prince Wise, recently had his Make-A-Wish dream come true by becoming a chef for the day at the Fairmont Pittsburgh. With guidance from Chef Fernando Canales, Prince whipped up a crab cake sandwich with tartar sauce and french fries. With a kitchen full of passion, Prince helped cook up a dish that's now on the menu. To make the moment even sweeter, the restaurant will donate 10% of the sandwich's sales to Make-A-Wish. Talk about a heartwarming and stomach-satisfying wish come true. A delicious way to make a difference. And then, The Unforgettables is a unique choir in Newcastle, Australia for people living with dementia and their carers, where they get to belt out their favorite tunes every week. The choir offers a supportive and uplifting environment where participants can sing together, fostering social connections. It's not just about hitting the high notes, though. This musical group offers a bunch of physical perks like better posture and breathing. Who knew singing could be such a workout? The group is part of the University of Newcastle's music program, and sessions are led by music therapy professionals who help facilitate engagement. But most importantly, it's all about the memories. Singing can help unlock those long-forgotten moments. The choir meets weekly and provides a welcoming space where everyone, regardless of musical background, can join in. No audition required here. Just show up, sing your heart out, and let the music work its magic. And then, at 97, cheerleading legend Illagene Doring finally got to live out her dream of performing one more time. The Merrill High School cheer team, led by coach Jenna Glazier, surprised her at her nursing home in Midland, Michigan. Doring, who helped start the cheerleading squad back in 1945, wowed everyone by doing stunts with the team. She humbly reminded them that without her, there would be no Merrill Cheer, and the team now carries the legacy she helped build. And then, how do you spell Mississippi? M-I-S-S-I... I can't spell it, but you know who can? The 4th graders of Mississippi. That's right, they pulled off what some are calling a miracle in education. 4th grade reading scores have gone from rock bottom to top of the class in just a decade. Thanks to a literacy program that focuses on teaching both kids and teachers, Mississippi has gone from the worst to nearly the best in reading and is basking in the glow of success. And lastly, every month, 5 friends, Kim, David, Brian, John, and Michael, get together at the Old Swan Inn in Evesham, a tradition they've stuck with for 64 years. They first bonded in 1953 at Prince Henry's School, and after graduation, they promised not to say goodbye, opting instead to meet up monthly for a pint. Now, in their 80s, they still gather for Lads Night, even if it means flying in from South Africa. Despite all the gadgets and apps that claim to keep us connected, they say nothing beats the in-person pub chats. Brian Wells, who mostly enjoys listening, thinks young people should take a break from their phones and rediscover the joys of face-to-face gossip. But before you do that, make sure you like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, like and subscribe! Before we end today's episode, I wanted to ask, do you have any good news to share? Let us know in the comments below and maybe you'll be featured in next week's episode. Remember, no matter what's going on in the world, there's always good news to share. I've been Jay, the Good News Monster, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Good News with Jay. Bye now! Thanks to a literacy, double S, double I, wait, how do you spell that? This is take 1. Take 7? Take 9. No matter what's going on in the world, I'm out of focus. Hey, while you're still here, click on last week's episode. Hey, while you're still here, click on last week's episode. It's here, or maybe there. I don't know, but watch another one. What are you still doing here? Go home. Maybe you are home.